Well, welcome back. Now, James Cooper is with us this morning from the Kansas State Extension Research. He has a unique activity that allows you to create from a fungi. And welcome, James. Thank you so much for being with us this morning.
Thank
you.
Can
you talk to me a little bit about this project that you brought today?
Yeah, so making mushrooms at home is actually very easy.
Oh,
and
wow.
so there are some types of mushrooms that grow really well, honestly, and they're so persistent and they just grow on pretty much anything that anyone can make this at home.
That's incredible. Yes, will you please show us how?
Yeah, so while I'm doing this, what I've come here today is to talk about the K-State Extension Open Makers Fair and Open House.
Yes.
And so it's a festival that we're going to be doing this Saturday, and we're going to be demonstrating all kinds of things. So there'll be demonstrations like cooking and gardening and stuff like this.
Great.
There'll be vendors there like making soap, like local crafters and vendors creating things, and there'll be all sorts of fun stuff. So one thing that I'll be doing is teaching how to make these mushrooms, and people have always liked to do this. So to make mushrooms, you first start off with straw.
Oh, wow. Okay, I did not know that.
But this type of mushroom likes straw. And so the first thing you have to do is pasteurize it. So I got this straw that I boiled last night, and it's wet, and you can kind of smell it.
And you just boil that like on your stovetop? You can do that?
Yeah, pretty much.
Wonderful.
You just boil it on your stovetop and let it sit for a few hours, as long as it's completely pasteurized, so there's no wild fungus in there. And so then you take a bag like this. Go ahead.
Wonderful.
You can join in the fun.
And then how do we just open it up? Yes,
just open it up.
And then where can you get bags like this? Just online? Or
yes. So this is a specialized bag that you can get online. However, you can just use a Ziploc bag too. You don't have to use a specialized bag like this. It just has a little air hole.
Perfect.
So just take some of this stuff. And
oops, as I'm making a mess here.
Yep, that's why I brought this tablecloth, because it makes a mess.
We're prepared here this morning.
And it's really fun to do with kids.
And then you can just fill it all the way up?
Yep. And so, make a layer here. This boiled straw, and it gets all over the place. And kind of pack it down on the bottom there.
Pack it down.
All right, so take some of this and sprinkle about. Just a little bit of that in there.
Just a little bit?
Uh-huh.
Like that or more?
That's perfect.
Oh,
and
wonderful.
So this is mycelium. From the oyster mushroom. This is a blue oyster mushroom. It lives pretty well in home environments, just normal temperatures. So after that, you just keep on going and filling up the bag.
And just keep going?
Yep.
Okay, wonderful.
And so eventually what you'll do is you'll have a bag that's just completely stuffed full of this straw and whatever, and then you'll wrap it up, you'll tape it like I've done with this one.
Okay.
And you just
look at that.
Leave it on your kitchen counter or anywhere else, out of the sunlight, but somewhere where it's just decently warm.
Wonderful.
Honestly, there's anywhere in your house that you could leave this. And as you can see in this bag, how the mycelium has slowly crept over the whole bag. It looks like it's kind of moldy, and that's what it's supposed to look like.
Well, we will take another peek when we come back with James really quickly. Stick around. Welcome back. James Cooper is showing us how to make mushrooms in a bag. What is the next step once we've filled our bags with the straw?
That's right. So we've made a kind of a cake with the straw and the mycelium. We've dumped it all in there. And so now this bag, we've got to stuff it as best we can. And then we just kind of seal it up.
Okay.
Close up the top like that and tape it like we've done to these ones.
Wonderful.
And so after we've done that and we've let it sit on the counter for about a month, 3 weeks.
Wow.
However long it takes for it to look right. Basically the whole bag will be covered in white mycelium.
Right.
And it'll look like something's trying to escape. Okay. And that means it's time to do the thing. So take your bag here.
Okay.
And take your little knife.
Alrighty.
And what we'll do is we'll cut little 1 inch by 1 inch crosses into the bag.
Okay, and just all over in a specific spot.
A bag of this size, I'd say probably about 10 of them.
Okay.
And just in various places throughout the bag. If you've let it sit long enough, you'll actually see little mushrooms trying to come out. There'll be little pins is what we call them, but they won't have a space yet. Okay. So once you've cut little bags, little holes all over your bag.
Like that? Like just a little cross like that?
Yeah, perfect, yeah. So just a little bitty 1 inch by 1 inch. So what's doing here is the mycelium can now get oxygen through these little cuts, and that's where it will sense it will try to come out of the, basically it's trying to come out of the ground or come out of the bag. It's sensing oxygen which allows it to fruit for that spot.
Wow.
Sometimes you'll actually cut out the patch too because it's getting air through this spot. So
Okay.
this will always try to make a mushroom. So
If you have a bag like that, but if you just are using a Ziploc bag, then you can just,
yeah.
Okay,
You can
wonderful.
even, if you're using a Ziploc bag, you can just even open it up.
Oh, wonderful.
But once you've done that, you can
Okay.
take this and you put it into your fruiting chamber. The only
Okay.
reason why is because indoor humidity is too low.
Right.
And we needed something a little more like nature.
Okay.
So take it and put it into
down
a
in
tote
there.
just like this, a little bit of a damp towel on bottom. That way you get your humidity around 80%.
Right, okay.
And that's it. And mushrooms will start to come out of there
Wonderful. And so
so-
how long does it take for the mushrooms to grow inside of here?
pretty fast, probably 3 or 4 days.
Oh, wow.
And,
Okay.
and I don't have a good picture, but it'll look something like this.
Yeah.
The shelf mushrooms will just come right out of
Oh,
there.
wow. And these
so-
are like perfect. Are these edible and like perfect to use?
Oh yeah, yeah, cooking of any
wonderful.
kind.
Oh, my
and so we'll be
goodness.
doing this and all sorts of other stuff at the Makers Fair and Open House at the K-State Research and Extension Center in Parsons
Wonderful.
this Saturday. So we're going to be doing all kinds of fun stuff.
Yes, you want to make sure you check it out and come and see James and his mushrooms and his demonstration. Well, thank you so much for being here today and for teaching us how to make mushrooms. Stick around, we'll be right back.